Hi everybody, I'm awfully sorry I'm late. Anyway, I'm here. I've got Lee there as well. I've got him here. I'm going to have him right away. I'm so sorry about this. Something has happened, you see. But anyway, here I am, and there's Lee, and I'm awfully sorry. Lee, I'm awfully sorry.
Okay, mate, it's all right.
I'm so sorry. I just completely and utterly went.
I was worried about you then. Thought, hope nothing's happened to him.
But honestly, I've been shopping and I just got in, and just
All
this
right,
minute,
mate. So,
bloody. Anyway,
was it
never
just
get a cab.
local? Was it just local that you were shopping like?
No, I was up in. Do you know where? I always forget the name. But you know where in 3 days course. I was
Yeah,
around there.
that isn't far from me, really.
Oh,
Ain't
go away.
up towards
I was
mine.
nothing. Trying to get home. Trying to get home. It's just absolutely nuts. It's terrible. And there's JK. He says, if you're not up to it, Frank, relax, bro. No, I'm here now, and I'm just so sorry that I'm late. That's all. It wasn't my fault. It really wasn't. Never get a taxi that breaks down. That's what it's all about. It's just terrible. But anyway, I'm here now, Lee, and I'm here now, JK. I'm here now, Brian. I'm sorry. It's like Mr. Carlyle, this isn't good enough. Standards are dropping here. Oh,
I
are we,
just
lad?
I started having a read of my book for 20 minutes. I've got this Murder by Matchlight.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
good one. Murder by Matchlight. It's only 20p. E.C. Lorach, it was first published in 1945. She's a female
Oh,
writer. Really
yeah.
good. It's good so far.
As long as, I don't mind good books. I don't mind good books. And Redbird says, no need for sorry, Frankie. Boy, it's all good. Thank you, Redbird. And how do you do, Lay of the Flowers?
Hi, Bertie.
And bless they hope we're well, bro, says JK. And Redbird again. JK, bless up, bro. Good old bless ups. Well, anyway, let's get started, people. Let's have your comments in. Let's talk about what has happened last night. Let's talk about what will happen at the weekend, and let's talk about the big veg. What you think about the big veg now? Because last season he wasn't up to his best, and I think it was because of that injury. But we knew we couldn't keep a great fella down, a great player down.
No,
And
he's
now,
still a brilliant player, isn't he? Still a brilliant player.
absolutely, yeah, he's still a great player. Let's just get to these lads, and it's before we start. Anyway, Norman, even if Frank and Lee and Snapey. I was mortified at the thought of not discussing our incision of the blades last night. Evening all better bless up than dress up, eh?
Yeah, we lacerated the blades.
Oh, are these the little puns? Yes, of course. Lacerated them. We cut through them like a knife, didn't we? Went right through.
Yeah, yeah,
Sharpens our own blades.
yeah. We took their blades off them and sat about them with them.
Yeah, we skated away from them, didn't we? We skated away on
I
the
was
ice.
made up that Darwin found redemption at the end by sliding in and setting up that goal. Because
But,
he's been getting a lot of stick, and he's been getting a lot of flack, the lad.
but if you think about it, that particular tackle last night, it was fair, it was clean. He got the ball and he came away with it. And just got us over for the assist, which was
Yeah.
great, by the way. But you're right.
Well, the guy stayed down as if he'd been knifed in the gut.
Oh, it was like when the Bird scored.
Yeah,
That
I know.
fella
Yeah.
going
What was that
down
fella up to? What was that fella up to? And he stayed down for ages like he was dead.
yeah. And there's McAllister. You know, it split his knee open and he carried on.
Yeah.
He carries on with McAllister. You
No
know.
yellow card for that, Frank. That was a terrible tackle, that.
It
And that
was,
Simon Hooper decided it weren't a yellow. They looked at it for a red, but they should have said to him, they're not allowed to do that, are they? Say you've got a, why don't you give a yellow? He's not allowed to rethink it. But he knew, you could see his face while he was stood there. He was stood there and Virgil was going at him going, why haven't you booked him for that? Virgil, you could tell Virgil was saying it a few times. And he just stood there, didn't he? Like he knew he'd messed up there, and now he's without McAllister. Hopefully, it's only like in the next 2 games because I was arrested him anyway for Palace and for Union St Gilloise.
Well, like that. Your French was absolutely exquisite there. Exquisite. Anyway, let's see what the lads say. JK says, good 6 points after playing 2 poor games. Winning when we are not at our best is a good thing. Spot on. Absolutely. And the Red Bird. It has also helped our captain having a midfield last season. He had to do too much. Now he can concentrate on what he is. Yes. Do you know what? I said that all last season because at the beginning of the season, I said we needed 2 midfielders. This is last season, not this season. And the season before, I wanted a midfielder in as well. And I said more or less exactly the same because I said, we're going to stagnate. And this is last season. This is before we kicked the ball. I said, we're going to stagnate. Our midfield isn't good enough. It's just not good enough. I could see the tiredness. I could see the legs gone. I could see it gone. And I said about it's going to put our midfield is going to put a big emphasis on the back four. It's also going to put a big emphasis on the forwards as well. You need
I've just been talking to someone about Matip and I said in the summer, I remember I said the other week on here, I thought Matip was finished, but I was made up. He proved me wrong. And Virgil's been more rested this season, hasn't he? Because he hasn't played the Europa League games. If we were in the Champions League, Virgil would be playing every midweek as well. That rest has reinvigorated Virgil, and that sort of resuscitated Matip's career with the new midfield. Them 2 things, arrested Virgil and a new midfield, made Joel look like the old Joel in recent matches. And then he does his ACL and his season's over. I'm wondering if we'll ever see him again because that's bad injury, ACL.
I'm being honest with you, Lee. I don't think so. I really don't think so because what we've got. He's going on a free transfer as well, and we can't take that chance of him coming back and being, as he was this season.
It might be a blessing in disguise. I feel bad saying it because he's been brilliant for us, Joel Matip, on a free transfer. But there's no room for sentiment, is there? I think that might be the end for him. And I'd like to see that Ronaldo in January. The young Brazilian centre half who's left-footed. I think he's only 20, and he's probably available for 30 million or something. And you're getting quoted, say that Gahey off Crystal Palace, you'd be quoted about 70 million for him. So you might as well buy a young prospect from. We've got Gerald Monster.
I think it might open the door again for the Andre lad as well.
Yeah,
it might open the door for him because we will be going through the individuals last night, actually. Anyway, Norman says we controlled their crowd in the first 20 minutes, which I felt was key. We can pass better, but sometimes you grind out results, especially this time of the season. I totally agree with that because what you've got a new manager. That was strange to me, actually. Bringing him back, Wilder, bringing him back because they sacked him because he didn't do too good. But they was trying to show a good face. They were lifted, by his appointments as appointments. So they were looking for something different.
It's not an
But
easy ground to go to. They make a bit of a racket, them. Like, it's a bit of a bear pit when they get going. So it was a good win. I think City won 2-1, did they?
City,
Yeah. And I think
when
City's winner was a lucky one. I think there was some sort of deflection or something, and they got a winner, City. But City conceded. I know City conceded there.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Steve Snape says, I thought Darwin created our second goal. The tackle was perfectly clean. Some of their players should have been carded. Lee's bang on. The adjudication was poor. There you go. Herbert Lom's brother. Good evening, Frankie Lee. They must get the checkbook out now. Matip is out for the season if we want to compete on all fronts. Absolutely. We've got to bring in someone because, as Brian says, the Verge's back to his brilliant best. Question marks over Canete again and Gomez. Gomez playing left back just never.
I know. I don't really like him there, but he can do the job. The best time to see him there is when we're winning a game, when we're already in front and we're trying to close a game out. I don't like seeing him there when we've got to go out and beat a team like Luton. He played there against Luton and we didn't get nothing down the left. We missed Tsimikas down the left.
Well, again, you look at when he gave that ball away. I'll tell you what, it was reminiscent when Mo Salah at Goodison, when he lost the ball. Not that, what's his name? Left back, he plays for Everton, the captain.
Oh, Baines.
Hey.
Baines. Oh, Coleman.
Coleman, that's him. When he lost the ball, it was very reminiscent of that. And Mo was away. And I thought, wow, this is it, But let's get back to Darwin. Albeit he's doing good work, he just creates.
Yeah.
He just creates chances. Not chances. He creates havoc in the defences. But then again, he should be putting these goals away. He missed another one last night.
What Darwin needs is a bit of luck, and by that I mean he needs a chance, like say from a corner where the ball's just in the box bouncing and he can just net it, where he hasn't got to beat the keeper, say 1-on-1. Just let him get an easy finish, and that hopefully will kick him on.
See, no one's ever got. It seems like we're all having a go at him, but he's got to put those chances away. We might rely on those goals. Missed chances, in other words. We might have to rely on them, if you know what I mean. We could be going for a winner in one game. And we could have chances like that. And
well,
then
I was listening to it. I didn't see it because I don't know how to get them streams, but I was listening to it and I was talking to myself as I was listening, when he missed that chance, I was like, oh, Darwin, lad, this better can cost us. Thankfully it didn't, and he did that slide tackle and set Dom up. But like I was worried. I thought, if they equalise now, he's going to get some stick.
Well, JK says Kelleher must have heard me when I was saying he needs to sharpen up on his position and much better last night, and he was. He, he made a cracking save when that McTeer or whatever his name is, he went through and but it was very lucky that in a way because when the ball was put through, to that McTeer, whatever his name is, McAtee, is it?
McAtee. Like
McAtee.
McAtee, but with the R taken off.
Yeah, McAtee, right. When the ball was put through to him, you mightn't have seen it then, Lee, because what had happened, Trent was going with him, but he was just in front of Trent. And it hit Trent's, as he was running, I went the back of Trent, and it hit his foot. And it bounced awkward over to the lad. And that's when he hit it. It just bounced awkward. But if it wouldn't have hit Trent, it would have just gone straight to the lad. And the lad was right on goal without any awkwardness. So
did you see Match of the Day's highlights of it?
Yeah, I don't watch BBC. I don't watch Match of the Day at all.
I do sometimes. Anyway, that was my first chance to see the highlights last night. Yeah. And after the game, they focused on 3 refereeing decisions. That fella who fell over for no apparent reason when Virgil scored.
Yeah.
Darwin's tackle on that fella before Dom scored. And the third thing, do you reckon there was a penalty when Canate was stood
when he was going for the ball
far away from someone and put his hand on him, which isn't enough to go over. But Gakpo, did you see the one on Gakpo where the fella had hold of Gakpo was pulling his shirt off him and pulled him to the ground right in front? Hooper was stood right there on the edge of the box looking at it, and he just let it go. And Match of the Day picked out that Sheffield United one. And Martin Jones said Canate got away with one there.
Yeah. He's only, I don't know, I was a little bit biased. Yeah.
Please.
Seen all that. And even, I go back to the Verge when he was sent off that time. And to me, he should never have been sent off. He played the ball as well.
Yeah. That was a good challenge, that way.
I've always got...
It's gone bad, hasn't it, with tackling? I looked at years ago when players could actually tackle.
Yeah. Well, there's a pint for you anyway, of Shane McGowan. And Herbert Lommy says, you were right about Enzo, Frank. He has a decent game, but got another flying yellow again. And that's what he is. I've said all along, he's too rash. If he tried to calm his rashness.
That is only his third start, though, isn't it? It's his third Premier League start.
Yeah, he's learning all the way, but he still has to calm down a little. He's the type of player to get a second yellow and be sent off. Could be a crucial game. I'm not knocking him. I'm really not, because he did play well last night. But he's a little bit too rash for me. He really is. And as Herbert Lom says, you were right about Enzo, Frank. He had a decent game, but got another flying yellow again. And Snapey says, with Matip's injury, Quansah will have to be called on. It's a sad way for his Liverpool career to end, really. But I'm not on my own wishing him well in both his recovery and his career going forwards. Again, we must look at it. We must look at the hard facts and say we can't afford to bring him back after his injury. Just let him go. Let him go. And as Snapey says, wish him luck going forward rather than going forwards again with us, because he is getting on now, he is, albeit that he was, but he was injured a lot, wasn't he, really?
Yeah.
Remember a couple of seasons ago, he's constantly injured.
To be honest, all our centre-halves are injury prone apart from Virgil. Gomez is injury prone. Canate is injury prone. Virgil's the only one who doesn't get regular injuries. It was just Pickford on him, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll tell you when he was injured, and it was when he first came to Liverpool, and he scored against Everton,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he was injured after that. He was out for a while, if you remember. He was
yeah,
in,
that's right. Yeah,
scored against them, then he was injured.
yeah.
That was the only time I ever seen that lad injured.
It is rare.
But as you know, against Pickford as well, you know.
Pickford still needs to die for that.
Yeah, horrible, horrible man. But then again, what Snapey says is about Kwanzaa. I think Kwanzaa really will come into the fore this season.
I
Rather
do. Well, I'm
sooner
hoping
rather
he will.
than
I'm hoping he will.
unless, you know, we still need to replace
Yeah,
Mata. We still need to replace him, and we need to replace him next month
yeah.
when the window opens.
We
We
just
really
haven't bought enough centre halves over the years. You know
no.
what I mean? We bought Virgil, we bought Canate 3 years ago. Was it now?
Yeah, yeah.
We just haven't bought enough centre halves. He got massive for nothing. Gomez was already here. He cost 2 bob. Quonset was from the youth. Phillips from the youth.
No, you're right. Well,
Lovren was here when he got here. We just
yeah.
haven't bought enough centre backs for Klopp to work with.
Well, it was like midfield. We'd never bought a midfielder in 4 years since we brought in Thiago from Bayern. We never bought a midfielder. Did you know that? And then
Yeah.
that's when Klopp said, and I'm talking about last season now, when he said in his press conference on the penultimate day of the transfer window shutting, he said, "You were right, I was wrong." And he brought in Melo, didn't he? Artur.
Yeah.
He brought in. And that was a total bollocks up, to be honest. Sorry for the language, but it was. And
Wow.
Brian says, lads, I don't know how big Nat Phillips is. I don't know how big Nat Phillips isn't playing for Celtic. Maybe injured, but wouldn't be a bad idea to get him back in January.
Could have done with him last night when they were putting long balls in the box, long throw-ins and hoofing it. Could have done with him then.
Unfortunate for Massa, but this may make FSG dip into their pockets, says Redbird. It's not a matter of maybe, it's a matter of necessity, Redbird. It really is. This is my opinion.
That's the right word, necessity.
And JK, exactly, Lee Gomez, good to bring on when needed. And that's all he is, good when needed.
Yeah.
When needed. It's as simple as that. And,
when we're trying to close a game out, you know, you can take Trent off and put him in there, can't you?
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Norman says, well done to Sheffield United defender who plays a few games for us. Their fans were singing "Feed the Scousers," and he went to take a throw and said, I am a Scouser.
Really? Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Feed the Scousers, the Sheffield United supporters, well, they can piss off for me. They can go all the way down.
Robinson, yeah, that's him, yeah. I think I remember. Or there might have been another Robinson, like, I'm not thinking of Michael, by the way.
Jack Robertson, yeah. Robinson. JK says, I have no worries about Darwin. If he don't score, he still contributes, and his all-round gameplay has improved so much.
Yeah.
You're right there. You are right there, JK. And Herbert says, I don't know why they don't tell Nunes to various finishes like chip the keeper sometimes. Yeah, he doesn't.
That was the one, wasn't it? Last night, he should have lifted it over him.
And he had time. He looked up. You see him looking up.
Yeah.
He had time to do that. That's the way it is.
Captain
Yeah.
Chaos.
And Norman agrees with JK there. And Brian says, from Jota as being out, the front three haven't been added at all. Wasn't impressed again with Mo and Diaz, but these were little periods of football happen. And they do happen. They would still start netting again. Exactly. But the beauty of it is the last 6 goals scored for Liverpool has come from midfield.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. How many goals did we score last season? Midfield. How many in the last few years? Our midfield
Not
was
many.
awful.
Not many.
And I was left up to, going back to the likes of Mane, Mo, and Bobby. Now, we've got a new midfield, and there's McAllister scored, and there's Szoboszlai scored, and so this is what we need. This is even young R.V. Elliott, he's netted. Young Curtis Jones is netted. So, they are contributing. Our midfield is contributing with goals.
Do you reckon that fella stood on McAllister's knee on purpose after that other one?
Yeah,
Tackle?
He should have been sent off for that. That should have been a red card right away. Right away. Shocking, that. That's how he's got a big gap in his, a big gash in his.
As if the first fella didn't hit him hard enough with that tackle. The other fella stood on his bloody knee.
And Snapey says to JK, on Darwin, his contribution is consistent. So he agrees with what JK said there to Stephen Snape. And Arthur Schofield's an outstanding performance from Konate was a treat to watch. I thought Enzo made a good account of himself and improvement of late. And that's right, he did make a good improvement of himself, Enzo. So it's just what does Charlie says? Charlie Wood, the player who jumped on McAllister's knee didn't even get a yellow card. Yeah.
Neither did the one who hit him with the really hard tackle before it happened. Both of them should have been carded.
JK says Enzo should be named Rashford. Have you seen the amount of money that they're on?
Yeah.
I can't. It's incredible. The amount of money that they're at that Rashford's on the Manchester United players.
I watched a Gary Neville video, well, half of a Gary Neville video where he's talking about Rashford's effort not being good enough for a local lad. He said he's 26 now, he's not or 25, he's not a kid anymore. He said he's got to lead that dressing room and run more on the pitch. And I was thinking, comparing him to Trent being a local, and they're the same age, aren't they? 25, Rashford and Trent.
I think is Trent 25? I thought he was 24. It doesn't matter.
Trent's coming on as a leader, isn't he? Now that Hendo and Millie are gone, you can see it. You can see him talking more to the ref, and you can see him shouting more.
Yeah. Well, he's vice captain as well, because I wanted at the beginning of the season when we knew that Henderson was leaving. I've always wanted Virgil to be captain. I really have. And I said, I put Trent, a Liverpool lad, a Scouser, as vice captain. I said, throw him in there. I said, because Virgil will, in the next couple of years, move on or
whatever. Yeah, we haven't had a Scouser captain for a while, have we?
I said he'd be around 27 at his peak. I'm talking about Trent, and captain of Liverpool. I said, but vice captaincy would be great for him.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. And it's proven, Sonny, what you said, Lee.
Yeah. He
It's
wasn't
proven.
he wasn't ready for the full captaincy because Virgil
No.
deserved that. And
Yeah,
it
of
suits
course.
Virgil at the moment. But once Virgil's gone
Yeah.
and Trent's a bit older, and again, like I said, you know, we haven't had a Scouse captain since Stevie, have we?
Yeah. Well, Ledbetter says whether you'll agree with this as well. Darwin hadn't been on the pitch that long before he got that chance, and it wasn't a sitter. The
No,
goalie
it wasn't.
saved.
It was far from a
Other,
sitter.
other
Sorry.
players come on the pitch, and fans say he needs time to get into the game, but not Darwin. And that's right there, you know, they don't mention that. But anyway, let's see what Brian says. I agree with you, Frank, about Endo. It was a bomb scare with him on the yellow card. I thought Jürgen should have taken him off at half time in fear of another yellow. At least someone agrees. Someone, but then again, you know, we're not bemoaning really, you know, the win last night. I was absolutely delighted last night, albeit that we didn't play well. And as JK said, you know, or was it JK? These are the type of games that wins your titles. You know, winning while not playing well, because we can play better.
Yeah.
We can play better. And as you said, they going down there to Sheffield, that's it's a horrible little ground.
Yeah.
It's a horrible little ground. But anyway, we showed up. We won
It,
2-0.
it's a
What
bit
did
of
you think of Sablozlai's game, by the way?
Yeah, I thought he did well. Aside from his goal, yeah, he was busy, industrious. He's played better, but you know the whole team's played better. It wasn't a flowing performance because of the way Sheffield United set up, and they made the game bitty and scrappy on purpose. Loads of stoppages, agricultural challenges that went uncarded. You know, they did everything they could to upset the apple cart, and we rid it out and got the points. And that's what I'm pleased about, because, like you just said, that's how you win titles.
See, don't forget, you know, the Sheffield United players were under, you know, the tactics, shall we say, of the manager. So he said all this, you know, go down, roll over, scream and cry and, you know,
Yeah,
try and get everything because this is the only way that we can beat them. But it wasn't Liverpool, it was those who spoiled the game. It was Sheffield who spoiled the game, in my opinion, to be
yeah.
honest. They didn't want Liverpool to play the free flow football that we can
Well,
because we were
Palace
just
is slightly different because Palace aren't probably going to be right at the bottom, so they can try and play a little bit against us. They'll still set up, they'll still park the bus, Palace, but
of course we were.
they'll have a little bit more ambition, I think, than Sheffield United because they're higher in the table.
Yeah.
But Fingio's out, and Decore, he's out now, and they look a lot weaker without him,
Yeah,
Palace.
you're right.
I
You're
think
right.
Eze's out as well. Olise's still fit, and Ayew and Edward. But there's no Eze and there's no Decore, which makes our job a bit easier.
Well, as you know, lots of Liverpool fans, supporters wanted to bring in that Decore, didn't they, at the beginning of the season? Let's go and get Decore, and he is good. Let's be honest,
Mm.
he is very good. And that's
Someone said
JK's
he's the
game.
brother of Everton's Decore, is he?
I don't know. Not
Yeah.
interested.
I saw that in a chat box, but I've never looked into it. Like,
No, no. It's like JK. I seen Enzo's yellow card before he did. Knew it was coming, but fair play. He played most of the game and didn't get a second yellow. So, you know, we are aware let's see what the Redbird says. Waterloo, to be fair, was brilliant after he got that yellow. Jay Kismet, why are you dressing Enzo, calling him trash mud? What's this? Oh, come on, lads. And he just goes, oh, look at this. Oh, yeah, look. The Awakened Phoenix. Look at that. The Awakened one.
Excellent.
Hey, the Awakened Phoenix. I hope you're right. That's what I mean.
It's a very striking image to put in your mind, an awakened phoenix.
Well, we are, aren't we? I think that's the, you know, the hidden secret of his name, the rise of Liverpool, the Awakened Phoenix. That's great. Absolutely brilliant. Good evening, anyway, Phoenix. Canate was the only worry versus Sheffield United. Pass it simple and concentration needed for him to improve. But that was his first game back, really.
Yeah, he was rusty, wasn't he? Bit rusty.
Yeah, he was. And I like Canate. I really do. But he's got to stay injury free. You know, he has an injury issue. What do you think?
I've got a nagging feeling that he might get injured and we'll be relying on Gomez and Quansah.
Yeah, I'd rather rely on Quansah, to be honest.
If Canate could be fit for just for the rest of the season and not get injured at all for the rest of the season, that'd be brilliant. I think he would probably arrive as a Liverpool player then, because it's been a few months and then he's injured so far. You never see him for longer than like 6 to 8 weeks before he's injured. So I hope he can change that.
Well, as JK says, he'll have to concentrate. He'll have to concentrate and, you know, on his game, that is. And he must. He must. But as you said, you know, he is a little bit ring rusty, and he will get better. Yeah. He will get better as we approach.
Playing alongside Virgil, hopefully he'll learn from Virgil, you know, how to go in and not get carded all the time, because he does go in too strong, doesn't he, at present? He puts Canate, he's very he's a big man, and he's a big man, so when he goes in on a player, like he can often get booked, can't he, where he doesn't need to.
Last night, Lee, I know that you didn't watch it live. Virgil did have a go at him. He was shouting. He even shouted at Trent, to be honest. So he did have a go
at Trent. He always has done.
And as who's Thiago, says Redbird, and he carries on by Thiago should be Thiago. Thiago.
Yeah.
Thiago. Not gone. Gone. Anyway, Brian says, I hear you, Redbirds 100%, but they won't spend in January. We will be left short yet again when needed most, with a league title on the line. I think they'll have to spend. I think they will. I really do. I think they will. And the Awakened Phoenix. I want you to do me a favour, please, Lee. Please. I have, as I said, I've only just come in. I haven't had a cup of tea since 2 o'clock. No, 1 o'clock when I left. I'm going to make a cup of tea, right? You don't mind, do you? So, would you answer this question, this comment? The Awakened Phoenix, even though I'm pleased with the latest results, I'm worried about seeing bad patterns of play. Most players are playing under their level. Maka wasted on 6. Totally agree with you there. Felix. I really do. Diaz, Gakpo, Nunes, Sabol. We just play bad. So there's the thing. Most players are playing under their level. Maka wasted. Diaz playing under his level. Gakpo is. Nunes is. Szoboszlai is. So that's a cracking comment. They're all great comments, don't get me wrong, but that's a cracker to come out with now. So what do you think of that? I agree with him, by the way. I totally agree with the Phoenix there. Go ahead.
Yeah, Phoenix, I do agree with you to a certain extent because I think going by the last two games, let's take the last two games, or since we've come back from the international break, quite a few players have been below their best form. There's no doubt about that. So I think the international break didn't help with the players' form coming back. And also, like, we've got to remember, like, it is a new team. It is a team that's getting used to playing with each other. You know, if midfielders are new to the team, then, you know, that obviously affects the forwards and the defenders. So they are getting used to playing with each other still. And I think if we can come out of January, if we can go into January top of the league, then the team hopefully will evolve from there, and we've got a good chance of winning the title, I think, from there. I think we do need a centre-half, though. If we need any player, we need a centre-half. It'd be nice to get Andre, but I just don't see that happening now. It doesn't sound like it's happening. And I think the biggest need is that centre-half. I think if FSG went out and bought a centre-half, doesn't have to be like for, you know, a astounding amount of money, an ostentatious amount of money, just a decent centre-half to add to what we've got. I think we can definitely have a good go at winning the title. I'm not really sure who can stop us, like, if we get into a groove. Only Man City, possibly Arsenal. We'll see how they do over coming weeks. I'm not actually sure who Arsenal have got next, but I know City have got Luton. Diaz has been rubbish since the international break, but some of that might be the stress of his mum and dad. Gakpo, not bad. Nunes, well below his best. Sobo, below his best. So is that a good or bad thing? We want them to play well, but if we can win games with them at that level, under top level, then that's a good sign. Because when we do click and hit top form, which I think we're going to do after New Year, if we can get through December now, these fixtures, beat Arsenal and Man United at Anfield, I think we're well set up then to go on from there, especially with the addition of a centre-half. People are saying we need a right-back, but we've got Patterson and Bradley and Gomez, and I don't think we've got the money to go out and buy a right-back. Same with, people saying about getting another left-footed forward. Yes, we do need one, but that'll be in the summer. As for now, it's a centre-half we need, and we'll see better patterns of play if we're safe at the back. Much better patterns of play if we're safe at the back. So, yeah. Yeah, the results have been good. You're exactly right there. I've been pleased with the latest results because I love it when we win ugly sometimes. It's nice to win ugly, but I do want to see us putting on the style a bit more, which, I'm hoping that's in New Year once we've got Christmas out of the way. And I'm not bothered about the FA Cup either. I couldn't give a tinker's cuss about the FA Cup this season. All we need to do is beat West Ham at Anfield, and we're in the League Cup final. There's a day out to Wembley for us. I wouldn't mind at all if we went out the FA Cup at Arsenal and didn't have them games. Europa League and League are important to me, and if we could bag the League Cup as well, that would be excellent. It'd be like a repeat of 1984, except it'd be the Europa League instead of the European Cup.
Thanks, Lee. I'm sorry about that. I had to.
Okay.
I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty. Anyway, I've got my tea all ready to go back again. Thanks for that, Lee. Anyway, and as he agrees with it. JK agrees with it, and he says vary the shooting process. Yes, he has to. If we're talking about Darwin again, I'll go on to Redbird. Darwin doesn't get the service to hang around the box, unlike Ireland. Spot on again, that, where the whole City game plan is get the ball to the robot.
They're fairly different, aren't they? I mean, they're built similar and they're both fast, but
Yeah.
they are quite different, aren't they, in their skill set, him and Haaland.
Yes, absolutely. Can I just ask the people out there? Listen, if you haven't subscribed, costs nothing, as you know. It's just to get my algorithm out there, up there, and just press the like and subscribe, because I know for a fact that I should have a lot more subscriptions, to be honest, or subscribers, simply because what YouTube are doing, they're taking away some subscriptions and wanting you to. Not just me. This is for every show. I watch the alternative news. About today's issues. Always the alternative news, because I don't like the Western press, to be honest. Never liked the Western press ever since Hillsborough. Do you know that, yeah? Lee? I've never ever watched, listened to the Western press right after Hillsborough.
Yeah.
Because they were telling lies. Everybody was telling lies. The politicians, you name it, they were all telling lies about us.
Do you know what I've done lately, Frank, with all that's going on in the world? I've unsubscribed from a lot of the political chat, channels about politics that I subscribe to.
Yeah.
I've dipped some of them off because I can't be bothered.
Recently, what I'm going to do for you, Lee, after this, the pod, I'm going to send you on Messenger. I'm going to send you my address. I don't want you to miss any matches, so you'll have to come down to me.
All right, mate.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sounds, yeah.
So that you won't miss any games, home and away. Okay.
We haven't been on live a lot this season, have we? On Sky?
No, we haven't. Anyway, I like that. I like what Redbird says there about the service. Now, when you get Mo makes his own chances, and he hasn't been getting the service. All about it's a strange one. It's a strange one, and I don't think Diaz has clicked into what he can do. And I think the worry of his dad, his parents, not just his dad, his parents. And I think once he's freed from that shackle, from those shackles that he's been burdened with, about his parents, I think we'll see a different Diaz. And let's hope it's starting now. And Norman says, anyone think like me that Nunes gets involved in silly spats with opponents and opposing fans? Just concentrate on your game and shut their fans up by having a bit more composure. Yeah, in his finishing. Yeah. That's another great comment. These comments tonight are absolutely brilliant, They're absolutely. If we win the league, I wouldn't give a damn who got our goals, to be honest. And that says Redbird. We're all on the same page with that. We're all on the same page with every comments here. I think once Sendo's up to speed, his bookings should get less and less. A defensive midfielder's position is by design attritional, so cautions are synonymous with those kinds of players. And this is why, look at Mascherano. How many times was he sent off? How many bookings did he get? Mascherano, for me, was one of the best DMs I've ever seen. And this is what we need. This is why I've looked. So I've looked very closely at this Andre lad,
Mm.
and he's like Mascherano.
Yeah.
I think he's around the same size as him.
Yeah.
He's around the same size.
He looks about that size, yeah.
He's around the same size as Endo as well, if you know what I mean, sort of the same type. But I think I'd love him. I'd love him here. I really would. And that's who we should be getting for our DM, in my opinion.
With Mascherano, he was dead fast over the first few yards, you know, scurrying around, winning the ball. He was quick over a few yards, one of them type of players, and that made him great for that position. And then Pep turned him into a centre half. He was that good. He was that good a defensive midfielder.
That's how good he was. Yeah, you know, for the size of him playing centre half, and he's saying, "Ah, look at him, he's playing centre half." He won the European Cup, didn't he? The Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
He won the Champions League
against United.
And he said, "This is for Liverpool fans."
Yeah. Oh, it was so funny, Frank. Me and my brother were watching it, and he went, "This is for all the Liverpool fans out there. This is for you." And it went cut straight back to the studio and Gary Neville, and his face dropped. His mouth was open. He was like,
"Yeah."
And then he started speaking. It was dead funny. I'm not lying about that bit either.
No.
That is what happened. When he said it, it cut straight back to Gary Neville in the studio, and he was like,
absolutely brilliant. Anyway, JK says, "In a way, I'm happy that when our three attackers are not firing, the midfield and the defensive have stepped up on the goal front." And he's right. He's so right. He's so right. And this is what I mean. You know, our defenders and our midfield have stepped up, and they have. They have. It's a pity that, you know, albeit he was injured last night, you know, and he's hobbling about. Macca, you know, McAllister. He hit one, didn't he? Didn't half hit one. Bad knee as well. You know, the goalkeeper just.
Yeah. That was a good shot, that. Good try.
We've scored more than half of the goals we scored last season, and it's not even Christmas, says Charlie Wood. Say something. Say something. And Norman says, "Frank, I went to the doctors today. I said, do you have anything for wins?" Oh.
Never heard that one.
God, blimey. It's getting worse. Norman, your jokes are becoming worse, mate. And Darryl Merritt, "Sorry, Frank, I have been poorly. Don't worry about it, Darryl. Don't worry. Please don't worry. You will be coming on, mate. I'm telling you soon." And as he says as well, you know, so watching tonight, Enzo was superb. Yeah. No, there's no fault with Enzo so far. JK, young players getting paid crazy money has actually done more damage than good. Sancho, Havertz, Rashford, Drinkwater, all on big wages have allowed it to ruin the thing that makes them earn that pound. They're not worried. They're not worried, are they? Because they're on such big bucks. And Brian says, "I agree with Redbird. Darwin's chance last night, definitely not a sitter, but I know Redbird and I know Brian, but it was a golden chance. You know, let's say, okay, put your sitter away. It was a golden chance. He looked up, he had the ball at his feet. It wasn't that he was fumbling or got stuck under his feet. And he actually, look at it again, he looks up. He has all the time in the world. What did Mo do in those positions? He lifted and curled it, didn't he? Mo. He lifted and curled it in. Yeah. And he just shot straight at the keeper.
It certainly wasn't a sitter, though. That was no sitter, that. But he should. It was a good chance, but it wasn't a sitter. Definitely didn't fall into that category for me.
It was a golden chance, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, good chance.
It was a 1-on-1 with the keeper, Lee.
Like I said before, though, I was really pleased that he managed to find redemption at the end by sliding into victory, slid into victory, whipped the ball away, popped it over to Dom. The game was settled.
Yeah. Well, they are. JKC's Szoboszlai was man of the match, along with Virgil. What do you think?
I give it to Endo. I thought Endo was good. I watched it like on LFC TV last night at midnight. I
Oh,
thought
you
Endo
watched it,
was
yeah.
good. I'll give it to him.
So you're a loyal fan to LFC TV, eh?
Yeah, it's only £4 a month. Like, you know what I mean? You can't get a pint for that nowadays.
Oh, but the point is, John Henry will be amazed up at you.
Oh, aye.
So we
Well, it
get
was
all
free.
those 450.
You know what? Years ago, when I first seen you on LFC TV, Frank, it was free. And
Yeah.
then that season, when we nearly won the league under Rodgers, that's when you had to pay for it, and it went away. But I've had it a few times in the intervening years where I've got it and then got rid of it and got it again. Depends how well we're doing, basically.
Did
But it is a
you,
cool channel.
when you see me, did you say, what's this fella talking about?
No, I liked it because you had a strong Scouse accent, like, you know what I mean? I just like to hear other Scousers on the show because, you know.
One of the producers, I forget his name, he's smashing lads, he came up to me and he said, you're the only one who says it as it is. Everyone else agrees with everyone. Because I was on with Jimmy Case when Rodgers first came to Liverpool. And Claire Rourke was there at the front, you know, she was the front, and it was live, by the way. Everything was live. And she said to Jimmy, you know, I think it was coming up to our first game, and it was at Anfield actually. And she said, "How do you think Brendan, you know, will be for us?" You know, to Jimmy, and Jimmy, you know, he goes along. Jimmy's a great lad, you know. By the way, he is.
I watched the 60 minutes of Jimmy Case the other day, and it was with Claire Rourke.
Well, listen to this. And he said, "Oh, we're going to. He'll be good for us." You know? And she said to me, "What do you think, Frank? Do you think?" And I went, I said, "We've won 5 European Cups. Think about that for 1 minute. We've just brought in a fella who scraped through the Premiership on playoffs, who has an all right season. He's totally inexperienced." I said, "No." I said, "We should have got a great manager, a quality manager who's won things. That's who we needed." And anyway, I didn't like Rodgers. I know about Rodgers.
Didn't Rodgers
I just didn't like the man.
Didn't he get his starting coaching at Chelsea under Mourinho?
Yeah, Mourinho, yeah.
And it was Mourinho who denied him the title, wasn't it?
Yeah. Maynard, yeah, I said, why is he doing this? You know, this is at the Chelsea game. Because we said at the start of the game, we've only got to sit back. We only need a point. That's all we need. We don't need to go gung-go. Because that's
how easy is it to get a point against a team like Chelsea who don't want to attack like that team didn't?
Exactly. It was like what he did against Crystal Palace as well, the game after, when he went 3-0 up and he was still going, get as many goals as you can, go on, go, and we ended up 3-3. So that was his inexperience. That was his naivety. And he should have been sacked when we got hammered by Stoke City, 6-1. That was shocking. That I wanted him gone. I didn't like Rodgers at all. Didn't like him. Never liked him. Didn't like him. Didn't like his. And he went like that. He says, "Who's that fella? He's always criticising me." me.
Well, I suppose the best thing about Rodgers was he made way for Klopp. He prepared the ground for Klopp.
And that Mark Bedstead, you know, when Bedstead,
Yeah.
he first came, he's, you know, all this smug, he's horrible, him.
Is he?
Don't like him. Yeah, he's horrible, him. Even there was me, Jimmy Case, again. Ian Prowse, you know Prowsey?
Yeah.
He was on the coach, and what's the chef's name?
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's got a bald head, hasn't he? Simon Rimmer?
Simon Rimmer, thank you. Simon Rimmer. He was on the coach. He's a big lad. And he brought in a cheesecake. He baked it. He did it. And no one wanted it. I said, can I have that? He said, yeah. I said, I'll bring it home. And my play was being performed at the time, by the way. You know, me play, I had a play out at the time.
No, I didn't know about that, Frank.
Yeah, he had a play. And he said, we went for the drink, me, Casey, and Prowsey never. And he got off. And I said, because it was in the night, I said, look, I said, Simon, I said, come up and see me play. He said, I've got to get back to London. He said, you know, we're doing things tomorrow. I said, okay. He said, but my mum and dad love you, you know. I said, cool. He said, yeah. So I got them tickets, you know, for the play, you know, that I put on. It was only about the First World War. It was the echoes of the First World War.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Where's he from, Simon Rimmer?
I think he's from over the water.
Okay.
He's from over the water. Well, that's where his parents live anyway.
Yeah. I've got relatives like on the way. Well, my brother lives over there, but I've got cousins, you know, who've always lived over there, or at least since they were babies or something.
Well, let's get back to these. And look, as long as Brendan Rodgers, as I mentioned, it's a horrible little ground with horrible little fans who wanted to feed us Scousers. Well, we were well fed with 3.6 Redbirds.
We didn't leave them any scraps, did we? We didn't leave them any scraps, which was very rude of us, like.
Yeah, we even licked the bowl, didn't we? We licked the bowl. You know, we licked nothing. We didn't leave a crumb for them. Brian says, these games are leg-breaking games, and thankfully we didn't get any nasty injuries. Came away with 3 points. Job done. Well done, the lads. Absolutely. And JK says he's out for the season, Decore.
They'll struggle without him.
And Redbeard, Rashford is trash mud, Frank. That's it, like Redbeard. That's it, like. No Decore, even less decorum. Selhurst Park is a hostile atmosphere, to be fair. I think it'll be more of the same. Could be a turgid affair. If we're in a title race, then the muzzles come off. Absolutely. We've got to bite them in every possible way. Lads, just pray Big Verde stays fit. Yes, says Brian. Redbeard Canate can be rash. He likes to climb all up. Yes, you're right there. You're absolutely right. Other than that, he's a top player and I like him. So do I. My sentiments entirely there, Redbird. They got beat by Bournemouth 2-0 Palace. And they were at home as well.
Yeah. They'll be a bit sore after that defeat, but I can't see them, giving us too much trouble. It's just, can we break them down? You know what I mean? It's the same as Sheffield United, just breaking them down. Innit?
Break them down, yeah.
Edouard can be dangerous. They can all be a bit dangerous. Elise, Edouard, Ayew. They've got Will Hughes, and who else? They haven't got many. They've got Mateta, the French striker. They haven't got a lot to trouble us, to trouble Canate and Virgil, I don't think. Well,
Redbird says, JK, no game is easy these days. teams seem to be up their game when they play us. I think that, yeah, you're right. You're right. And as Brian says, thank God for Trent, 66. Yes. Yes. And JK again, Karate and Diaz both had bad games. Diaz not taking on his man and just crossing the ball. And Kanate's passing. Basic stuff, really, that needs to be done, yes.
He had one slip up when he got booked, didn't he, Canate? Virgil passed it to him and he did that thing that he does sometimes where he doesn't, and it rolls past him and he had to run back and foul the guy, didn't he, and get a yellow card. That's what he's got to cut out. He's got to like be alert when the ball's passed to him.
Well, Charlie Wood says it's all over Twitter. Villa is going to win the league.
I hope they win that Europa confidence thing.
Yeah. Charlie Wood, some so-called fans are saying Diaz needs to go. Yeah, you know, you have it. Yeah.
Some of our fans are weird.
Yeah, I know. Even Mo is playing bad, but it's excused because of his, says Redbird. I don't know. The thing is, when we play teams who start with the aggression like the Blades did during the game, you will find players are not prepared to sit back and. Absolutely, says Arthur Schofield. Winning whilst playing below par is the sign of champions. Well, we just mentioned that before, didn't we, really?
Yeah, it's often said, isn't it? It's a glib truism, but it is true nonetheless.
What's that? Did I tell you?
No, I don't know that one.
Don't know myself. So he's an alien, you know, Arthur. Arthur's definitely an alien. He's one of those UAPs. UAP.
Oh, yeah.
The aliens, as Redbird says, evening links. Well, Villa and Arsenal are looking good. Their game will be interesting. Yeah, says
I hope Villa can win that. If Villa can beat Arsenal for us there, it'll be buzzing.
Yeah. Lee, all the talk about McAllister not playing in his best position, is there any other players you think could benefit from being switched, says Brian Headley?
Not really, no. I can't think of another one like McAllister where it's as glaringly obvious that he's got a better position, that it's not his natural position. All the others seem to be playing in pretty much what is their preferred positions.
There's Redbird. Listen to what he says here. Tasty on a Thursday. That's your new slogan, Frank. Tasty on a Thursday. Brilliant. And the Awakened Phoenix says, I just feel like Szoboszlai, Maka and Nunes are sublime for their previous clubs, but I highly doubt the coaching staff. I don't see much improvements. What do you think of that?
Yeah, they were good for the previous clubs. I don't know about the coaching staff. I think with Nunes, he's been here the longest, hasn't he? So Nunes has had 18 months with the coaching staff now. I can see where you're coming from, like.
You know what he's saying is they were sublime, so they'll be sublime for us. I think that's what he means. But I highly doubt the coaching staff. I don't see much improvement. You know, can you get more improvement by being sublime? If you know what I mean. Klopp can improve players. If you're a good player, Klopp can make you a great player. Just like Bill Shankly did, just like Bob Paisley did. We've had managers in the past that have made good players into exquisite players, and Klopp's no different from them.
Well,
to
in the
be.
case of the previous comment about Maka playing out of position, oh, I've lost my train of thought there. I had a point. Sorry, just carry on.
But Maka is playing out of position. He really is. And this is why, he needs to play in his rightful position. See, this Szoboszlai, he's all over the place, that lad. He's got some engine in him. He's got some engine. I'll tell you who he reminds me of for an engine, just for the engine alone, Terry McDermott. Terry McDermott, you wound him up, started the game, and he was everywhere, that lad. He was like a box-to-box player, which he was. He was in I always remember being in our half, and it was the best goal I've ever seen in club football. And it was the 7th goal against Spurs. He was in our area, and the ball was played out by Clements, and I went dink, 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 because he ran from our box, just kept running. And I went all one-touch football, by the way. And I went out to Stevie Highway, and Stevie Highway hit it first time. Right, so it was an incredible pass, one of the greatest passes I've ever seen, because Terry Mack just ran onto it and headed it.
Yeah.
The best goal I've ever seen, to be
It's
honest.
hard to get better than that, isn't it? It's hard to get simple goal, brilliant goal. It was the pass from David Johnson, wasn't it? That pass from David Johnson was just out of this world.
Yeah. And he never gets mentioned, Davey, unfortunately. He's passed now anyway, isn't he? He's gone. Davey Jono.
He was
Anyway,
dead valuable to Paisley, wasn't he, to the team?
Yeah.
Johnson. Like. Ipswich, we got him from, wasn't it, Frank? Bought him from Ipswich.
Remember, says Frank loves his algorithm, so please hit that thumbs up. Says Remember, algorithms. The Phoenix says Nunes is trying to force things to happen because we aren't creating much. Do you know what? I think there's some truth in that little comment, because you see, it was like last night. When he lost it, he ran after it until he got that ball back and set up that assist for Szoboszlai. And I think there's some truth in that, because does he get fed? As someone said, I don't know whether it was the Phoenix or Jake or somebody, I don't know who it was, I'm sorry. But it's not like Haaland. Everything is fed through to Haaland, isn't it? By City, everything is fed through to him because he knows that he can score. And it's not like that with Liverpool, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
There's too much. See, that's the beauty of Liverpool's forward line. You've got the likes of Jota, who'll be back very soon, by the way. You've got Diaz there, you've got Mo there, you've got Gakpo there, you've got Nunes there. We can feed any of them. So it's not a matter of just feeding a number 9, if you know what I mean. The old proverbial centre forward, the old-fashioned centre forward.
Have you heard something about the length of Jota's injury, Frank? Do you know when he's back?
Well, according to the Klopp man, he's out running. Okay. So if you're out running, that means you're getting back.
Good.
And I don't think he'll be out too long, by the way.
Yeah.
And he's our only natural goal scorer.
Yeah.
It sounds hard, to believe, or take in. But he's our only natural goal scorer.
Mm-hmm.
That goal against Brentford, just before he got injured, that was unbelievable, that goal.
Yeah.
Tsimikas just hit it to him, then he just went through on an angle, running through on an angle, and he just let fly because he knew where he was putting it.
Could have done with him last night, actually, against them. He's the type of player you need when everyone's tightly marked.
Yes, and that's the beauty of Jota. Jota the Slaughter. He's not nicknamed after them. And we were talking about alternative. I only listen to alternative news as well, Frank. Yes, that's all that I honestly, I do. Just listen. I'm going to get down. So I know that we've been chatting and everything else. I'm just, where are we? We're way behind here. I'm sorry about this, people. I'm going to try and get through as many. Right, let's see. I'll go for this and we'll carry on. Jimmy Case was another underrated player, in my opinion. Yeah, Jimmy was great. He really, deaf as a doornail as well. Deaf as a doornail was Jimmy. My grandson loves LFC TV. They only look at what we do, says Charlie Wood. Norman says, this is a proper socialist LFC fan channel. My views on life can be heard through the words of Mr. Shankly. Very, everyone, I think that should be. Everyone can share wealth, teamwork. I don't like capitalism. Klopp is a socialist. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you there, Norman. Played against Rodgers when I was younger. He loves himself, says Brian Edley.
Hey, that's a good claim to fame, Brian, that you played against Rodgers.
That was a
good
kick.
one, that means.
If I was a kick, Rodgers. I know a few things about him, to be honest, which I can't say over the.
Hasn't he got a son called Anton?
Anton Rodgers. He was an actor, wasn't he, Anton Rodgers?
Anton. I've never cared for that name, Anton. I've always found it a bit, I don't know, I don't like it much. Anton.
Anton. I felt Rodgers was a bit of an arrogant bloke. Absolutely. Not in keeping with our great managers. Absolutely. Think about the fans either.
I never really heard nothing about Rodgers, like you're saying, didn't I? I never really heard nothing about him, any stuff or that. Same with Roy Hodgson, really. I never really heard.
I'll tell you a few things about him.
Okay, when I come and visit you, you can elucidate me on all the gory details.
Then says, I'm neither Labour nor Conservative. Both parties today read from the same book. They may say different words to fool the people, but they aren't there to improve any of outlet. Yes.
Yeah.
Our lives can't be improved by them. And what you're getting fed is propaganda. You're getting misinformation, disinformation, and lies. And if you want to believe that. I said to our kids once, it was over a big issue. It was about Ukraine and Russia. And I said to our kids, I said, I thought you were better than that. I said, you listen to what they're saying in the papers, the same papers and media who was accusing me and you and every other Liverpool supporter about at the time, 96 at the time. I said, I don't believe any of them. And the BBC is just a mouthpiece for any government that gets in.
Yeah.
Any government. They're horrible. And I'm paying a bloody license fee.
Yeah.
I pay a license fee. And I don't watch anything at all on the BBC.
Well, to address what Redbird said there about I'm neither Labour or Conservative, they don't do anything for us. Remember I said when I first go on the show about liking that Mark Twain quote, if voting made any difference, they wouldn't let us do it. Now, to what degree you believe that's true, that there is no difference between is up to you, is up to the individual, how much you think that's true, what difference there is. But in the modern era, there's increasingly less between right and left, isn't there? Increasingly less.
Well,
On the big issues, anyway, on the big issues, let's put it that way.
Yeah, on the big issues, and there's big issues right now. If you look at what you mentioned, Mark Twain, what did he say? He said the lies go around quicker than you can put your trousers on.
Yeah.
You know, goes around the world quicker than you can put your pants on.
Yeah.
He said kicks, like, but he said pants, and that's it. And they are lies. What you get told is lies. Lies, 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 misinformation, disinformation, propaganda, you name it.
I like the American novelist Charles Bukowski. He said, you've got to unlearn all the crap that they teach you in school. He said the school, the state and the church fill your head with a load of crap, he said, and you've got to spend the rest of your life trying to get it out your head.
True. Well,
he's a great writer, Bukowski. He's a funny man, great writer.
Well, you've only got to look at Arthur Miller and The Crucible. You know, his play The Crucible about the 1692 Salem witch trials. Incredible, incredible. But what he was actually talking about at the time of his writing was the McCarthy witch hunt that was going on in the 50s.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can't do it. This is. I just want to take this message. Sorry about this. I bet you I'm getting told off.
Good time because I need to visit with you.
You always get told off, you know. Piss off. Always get told off, I'm afraid. But anyway, that's the. It's not for anyone here. I'm getting told off by the way. But good point there, you know. Good point. Charlie was. I can't believe there are so many people complaining while we're winning. You're right. You're right. And this is why I love the you boys and girls on there. I think there's a few girls, but that's why. You know, people need to be called out. You know, players or whatever. The man, even it makes substitutes. We've called it. When the other day, you know, when we were 3-2 down, or that was 3-3, and he brought on. I don't know what score it was. No, it was 3-2. We 3-2 down, and he brings on Enzo, and I went, "What's he doing? What's he doing? Why is he bringing him on? A defensive midfielder? How wrong was I?"
I like that.
Question, you know, we don't really. Americans have a Route 66. We have Trent 66. He's an Ed Bears.
Good one, that.
It is a good one, isn't it?
I like it. I like it.
And Arthur says, "Sorry, I say I am an OAP from over the Shellbite." I'm past my Shellbite ace as well, to be honest, Arthur.
I'm approaching it. I think you can still eat me, like.
Well, Francine, you know, she pulls up something today and she went, "Hey, Dad, look at that." And it's only what Redbird's saying here. "Did you notice Trent's pants were pulled down, showing us yes? But when took the corner, which led to Virgil's goal, I'd say that was a cracking assist."
Oh, he's on a roll now. Sorry, they're on a roll now. Well, on a roll there.
Our Francine said to me today, she said, "Hey, Dad, look, why did he do that?" And I said, "Well, what had happened?" I said, "He was taking the corner." I said, "So you bend down." I said, "It's like those work lads, you know, when they're bending down, that's what you see." I said, "He just forgot to pull them up. He never felt, you know, what could I say to you? You know, me daughter." She noticed this.
It was a funny moment, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's his thing now, isn't it? I love that. I love that. Trent boy. Mark Simons. Bellingham would have been a great right back for us. He's laughs. Yeah, Bellingham. And Brian says, Sabozlo puts me in minds of Tony Cross in his prime. Big, strong, and can finish. Yes,
It's a good comparison. I've never thought of that one, but yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, so it's Cruz, isn't it? Tony Cruz, is it?
Yeah.
Jota's been outrunning defenders for a while, says Snapey.
Mm-hmm.
Brian says Nunes is miles ahead of his game outside the box, hence the criticism inside the box. He looks like a seasoned pro all over the park, but inside the box he looks like a young apprentice. His size alone makes us think he should score more. Still a kid, but should be putting more away. Everyone will agree with your final comment there. Should be putting more away. If he'd score just half of the chances that he's missed, he'd be leading goal scorer. Just half of the chances that he's missed. And I'm talking about easy chances, by the way. The two easy ones, the weekends, blimey. Against, where are we? Frank, you don't have to read every chat. Just choose ones you want to read out. We won't be offended if it's what all creates to. Otherwise, you'll be here longer than you intend to be. Thank you, Redbird. But no, you're right. But there are some smashing comments. You see, honestly, Jimmy Case says Snapey is my partner's cousin. Met him a few times. He took Karen and I around Anfield once. Lovely fella. He is. Deaf as a doornail. Deaf as a doornail. Deaf as a doornail. What does the Redbird say? If you keep repeating a lie, the sheeple will believe it. Well, Goebbels said that, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
If you say a lie and keep repeating it, people will believe in the lie. That's what Goebbels said. So anyway, the weekend, Crystal Palace. Would you like to see Gomez or Semikas at left back? Lee.
Semikas, without a shadow of a doubt. Obviously, he rested him, didn't he? So he could play him. I think for the Union St Gilwell game, it's going to be like probably Bradley, Gomez, Quansah, and Chambers at the back, innit? I'd imagine in midfield it'd probably be Endo, Jones, Elliott, and then Joker. Will he use any of the main forwards against Gilwell? Maybe Gakpo?
I think Gakpo. Even Gravenberch. Gravenberch. I think Gravenberch will play as well.
Oh, I wouldn't risk him against Gilwell, mate. No way. I wouldn't play any of the main players against them. If we have to play Gakpo to get a team together, I would. But all the others are the rest, like.
Redbird says, one of my sayings is, I'm not religious, but I walk with Christians. And we do. We do walk with Christians, and I'm a Christian. Eddie Cotton, yesterday's announcement from the government saying no to the Hillsborough law was a disgrace, but not surprising, knowing how these people protected their friends in high places. That's what I was talking about before, Eddie. I do not trust the Western press, the Western narrative. They do protect their own. And if they turn around, don't forget who all the media is run by. All the media, and I'm talking about from television to newspapers to print. I'm talking about the entertainment business as well. I'm talking about Hollywood as well, making films. They're all run by a certain group of people. And you have to follow them. You have to follow them. But I don't at all. Because I see what's in front of my eyes. I look at what's in front of my eyes. I think I hate saying this, but I have to say it sometimes. I'm an excellent historian. I really am. And I've studied for many, many years. I've been going in and out of libraries. I've been going everywhere, looking at documentation. And that's what I had to do for what I've got for my qualifications. If I wrote my name across the thing and put my initials before and after my name, it'll go off the page. And I studied, and this is why I look at things and go, no, you're wrong here. This is wrong. They've got to know the history about certain countries as well. I'll give you the point. We know what's going on, don't we, in the Middle East? Do you know that there's a war raging, and it has been going on for years, caused by the Americans, the CIA, with their covert operations in Sierra Leone?
They're always up to something, whether it's covertly or overtly, they're always up to something.
Well, you've only got to look at the North American Treaty Organization. It's called NATO. It was only meant to be in the North Atlantic. You've only got to look at America and the hatred for other countries. They've got NATO all around the globe. They've got them all around the globe. Why? Because they want American dominance. They want American dominance. They're told what to do. You do as we are. You do as we tell you. That's what they say to countries. But you get other countries who go, we're not doing it. That's why they want regime changes everywhere. They want regime changes everywhere. If you don't comply, they want a regime change, albeit that it's a democratically elected government. Democracy, American democracy.
I seen you on George Galloway's stream last week or the other day. I was on there and I could see you making comments like.
Well, I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't watch it the other night. I wouldn't. Do you know why? Because of that Jackson Hinkle.
Oh, him, yeah.
Now I said to there, George, I'm going. What? He was on a few months ago, and I said to Galloway, commented. I said, "You're having him on." He called. I used to subscribe to his channel. YouTube. He got kicked off. I used to subscribe to his channel, and he went like that one day. Here's what he said, and I'm sitting there listening to what he was saying, and then all of a sudden he mentioned us. The nation. And he said, well, we all know that, the UK is a nation of inbreds. He said, there's nothing there for me. I wouldn't even go to the UK. What's there? They're just there. That's what he said. And went on about the 1776.
Okay.
American War of Independence. I went, you can imagine. So last night he was on. Not last night, Wednesday night, wasn't it? He was on. I wouldn't watch him. And I will not watch now George Galloway for having him on. He can piss off him.
Hey, stick to your principles, mate. If you don't like the fella and you feel that strongly about it,
Yeah, absolutely. He's got a fella on who calls you, me, all our lads here. These
Yeah.
lads here who were talking to, who were commenting, a nation of inbreds, and there's nothing there for me.
Where did you get that from?
He was, I don't know, but someone said something. He said, "Well, we all know that they're a nation of inbreds, not the government or anything, but me and you
Yeah.
and those lads here on here."
Well, if there was some evidence to back that up, like, I
He's
mean,
all over him, that Inkle.
well, actually, he's right about certain communities, like, but they only come here after the Second World War.
We know that they're a nation. There's nothing there for me. He said that the country, it's just there. There's nothing there for me to visit.
Good then,
I
don't
won't
visit.
go there.
We
And he
won't
was
miss
horrible.
the
And he's
feeling
having
you'll
them
be
on
sitting
British television. I know Galloway doesn't broadcast from this country, You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
He doesn't broadcast. So I went like that. Well, F you, George. That's the end of that. Well, I seen that he was on. And I like some of his. I think some of his guests are
Yeah,
absolutely
he has
brilliant.
good guests sometimes. Sometimes he has good guests, yeah, other times they're a bit boring, but yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, let's get back to Fuzzy.
yeah. Samikas over Gomez against the Eagles, says Snapey. Redbird. Palace game going to be a tough game. I think Simi should start. Yes. The Redbird again. Ain't it funny how so many conspiracy theories turn out to be true? The team conspiracy theories is a made up of term yet by the FBI to stop people from hearing the truth. Is right, Redbird. Is right. He did, mate. A conspiracy. It's a brilliant terminology, by the way, and it's for people. Just as what Redbird says, to make you think. Ooh, that's a conspiracy theory. That like for years, someone was saying that Lee Harvey Oswald didn't assassinate JFK. It was someone else. Then they turned around the Warren Commission and said, it was a conspiracy theory. It's just these theorists, trying to. Well, it's been proved, right, that the CIA were involved. Norman says Palace like to start their own games quick with pacey players like Elise, which helps their crowd behind the goal become noisy. We must try and retain the ball and be dogged early on. I think, Norman, I think we'll go out in reality, and I think we'll quell them. And don't forget, it's another bloody early kickoff, which I don't like. But we're getting used to it now, aren't we, with the early kickoffs? Redbird, the Who, and the WEF call me useless eaters. They hate us. But the sheeple are lazy and don't research. They just accept what they are told, unlike people like you. Absolutely, they don't. They just take it. And the WHO is the World Health Organization. And don't forget all this COVID. And look at the PPE, what the Tories did. And you're talking billions, and it's gone to them. And there's nowhere, well, that's gone now, we'll forget about it. That Baroness Moan, horrible woman, she's in the bloody House of Lords and nothing's being done about it. She made millions, and she gave her kids millions while people were dying. And we were locked in. I've become institutionalised, believe it or not, since then. Nothing about me. Anyway, the WEF is the World Economic. It's just, but that's for another day. Great. So anyway, who's your 3 forwards for against Palace?
Oh, I'm going to go Gakpo, Nunes and Salah because Diaz was a bit rubbish against Sheffield United. So I'm going to give Gakpo the left wing.
Okay. Gakpo the left wing. Okay. So, yeah, what about Mo though? You know, would you rest Mo? You wouldn't rest Mo at all.
No, I'd take him off. I'll be starting him, but I'd take him off if we have the results sewn up by half time. He'd be coming off like.
Well, Redbears will want to put the World's Economic Forum on. No joke. Anyway, Herbert says Jürgen gave it to that Amazon presenter last night, although everyone watched it on the other channels. I don't know what happened.
Well, I don't know. I didn't see the live thing.
Yeah.
He must have had to go with someone then.
Yeah. He must have done, mustn't he? Because Herbert Long's brother, you know, he says it on and says, you know, he gave it to the Amazon presenter.
I wonder, what was it about? Tell us what was a brief thingy of what it was about.
I haven't a clue, I never heard it.
No, I mean to Herbert.
To Herbert, yeah.
To Herbert's brother.
Yeah. The Waking Phoenix says, Wales Oaks Organisation. That's a cracker, That's a cracker. Well in, Phoenix. Well in. Oh, they are. It was about the 12:30 kickoff. And it's wrong. It really is wrong to give us all these early kids. There's a bias towards us. I don't care what anyone says. And again, someone will say, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. You know, that's someone's against us. Well, I've only got to look at the Diaz goal. That was phony. That I've only got to look at the Curtis Jones sending off. Another phony thing.
For me, with the 12:30 kickoffs, we haven't had 1 or 2 more than others, or 3. It's like 7 and 8 more than no, I think we've had 9 more than Man City. So let's see if they moan. If say they had 9 more than us or 18 more than us, let's double it. Would they moan then if they played 18 times?
Exactly.
12:30.
Exactly, Lee.
Of course they'd moan.
Well, Redbeard says Mo won't accept not starting, even though I think he should be benched for the Palace game and come on later in the game. You know, so someone's agreeing with you.
Yeah, we could do that. Put Diaz on the right, Gakpo on the left, and Nunes in the middle, and keep Mo on the bench.
Well, Phoenix says, I don't know what Klopp is trying to do with Gakpo, false 9, attacking midfielder, left winger. And that's a cracking point because the lad doesn't know where he's playing. You know, a false 9, attacking mid, a midfielder, and a left winger. That's what he's playing him as. Each game, different games. So the lad doesn't know where he's playing. And as we said at the beginning of the broadcast here, it's McAllister. He's not playing in his rightful position. What is Daz Reynolds? All right, Frank, over your Welsh. How you doing? Oh, you're Welsh. It feels like since Jürgen mentioned 12:30 last season, they now are doing it even more, says Norman. And they do you remember when Jürgen, what game was it? And he ran up to the referee, but he shouldn't do that, you know. That's a fault with Jürgen. He gets too excited. Oh, who was it? Jesus, I forget who it was when he ran. Oh, you know, we went into the lead and he ran up to the referee and, you know, the assistant, not the referee, but the assistant ref. And he's never forgiven him for, I forget who it was anyway. But he should keep his temper. But he is stubborn, you know. Yeah, I was watching an interview the other day, and he's saying to the journalist, he said, "I'm not stubborn," but he's talking about midfield and Trent. Because a lad's asked him, one of the journos, and said, "Wouldn't you rather have Trent in midfield? You know, you can see." And he said, "Well," and he went on about, "Well, it's up to me more or less, you know." And I still say that he's, you know, the right back situation. He says, "I'm not stubborn, but Jürgen is stubborn in his
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
He is stubborn."
Yeah.
And that could hold people back. Eddie Cotton says, Sky journalist Markham Buckland laughed when asking Jürgen about the 12:30 kickoffs. Think is the 15th we've had, and Jürgen asked him if he thought it was funny. Oh, so that was it. Mile Gilas. That's a cracker name. I wonder if that is Hungarian. Malay is Mala. I've just said Gilas. Dominic needs a rest. He plays a lot of games. Yeah. Now, Mile, just subscribe to me, please. Cost not. And press the like, please. And welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, Mile. I hope I've pronounced your name right. How would you pronounce his name?
I wouldn't even try. I don't know. No,
Do
I'm
you
not
remember,
going to attempt that.
do you remember when Sabozlai first came to us? Couldn't pronounce it because we.
Well, yeah, because I'd already heard it on telly, so I was okay there with Dom. Is it like Mihaly? Is it like a bit like is it Michael?
Yeah,
Is it Michael in Hungarian?
yeah, it could be actually.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Probably Michael in Hungarian.
Yeah, Mihaly could be, couldn't it? Mihaly, because the A is emphasised. Mihaly. I like your president, by the way. Mihaly. I love your president, Oba. Love man.
Yeah, he won't take the EU's nonsense,
Oh
really.
no, he will not.
Same with the Poles.
Yeah, the Poles have tipped, haven't they? And so is Slovakia and the Netherlands. The Netherlands. Anyway, oh, look at that. The Awakened Phoenix. Smash the like button, fellas. Yeah, I've only got 5 likes, you know. You wouldn't believe that, would you? No one might like it. If Brendan Rodgers is in, he'll unsubscribe now, wouldn't he?
I think some people just don't genuinely think to do it. I always do it if I take part in something in a stream, but some people just don't think sometimes, do they?
Listen to that.
The individual, I suppose.
Jamie is on Frank. Jamie Redknapp. Jamie Phillips. This man here. This wonderful man. Listen, people. Listen. If you ever, you know, want a great chat and a great football brain, there's the man, Jamie Phillips, football chat. He's great. He really is a great fella. And he just loves everyone. Like me, I love everyone. So get on to, you know, and I think you all know who Jamie is, by the way. I think you all know who he is. Great fella. Great podcast. Because he is, isn't he, Lee?
Yeah, Jamie's channel. One of the first Liverpool channels I found when I got online was Jamie's.
Yeah, same as me, same as myself. He's just a lovely fella, and you know, down to earth as well. Thanks, Daz, for telling us that Jamie was on, you know, looking, and he always looks in, you know, and he says to us, he's got a big audience. He says, get on to Frank, you know, which is great, by the way. And Norman says, King Kenny hated the media, and he was right too. Lies, lies, and more lies. The biased London press. Yes. Redbird says, 15, 12:30 starts. Next to Spurs with 6. Think about that. And I conspire to theorise there is a conspiracy against us.
I like the way you've worded it.
Great, that isn't it?
Good one, that. Good one.
Well,
I'd be proud of that myself.
Well, that's like a Stephen Snape. That's a Stephen Snape sort of comment. Brilliant. Yeah. I conspire to theorise there is a conspiracy against us. I'm going to do it. I might do a pod, you know. And do you know what I might do? And just tell me on here. Just tell me. I might do it, not this Sunday, you know, one Sunday. I might do it in the new year. And a social issues, like a world social issues, besides our own social issues, you know what's going on with governments, like an hour show, and have you all on giving your thing out. Would that be good or what? I'll ask you. Like,
yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
You know, because what we just said there before, what I said, you know, Steve.
Yeah.
Brian Edley says, get the 3 points in the bag and then sit back and let Villa and Arsenal slug us out. There you go. And I think I had it before. Mihaly, he says, yeah, because he carries on by saying, I am from Hungary. How about that, eh? How about that? Our Hungarian on here. So he's like our Tom, isn't he? Our Szoboszlai. You know what I mean? Speaking. I was only saying to Francine today, who's the smaller, whatever it was, and I said to her, if you look at the footballers today, they have to be bilingual. And Dominic Szoboszlai was on because I put the highlights on before I went out. And I said, you know, she said, I'll put the highlights on. So I said, okay, so put them on. And I just said to her, I said, listen to his English, it's perfect. I said, how many languages can he speak? How many languages? And when I seen about, and when Enzo was speaking, you know, he was talking, his English was very good as well. I said, he speaks English, he speaks German, obviously, because he was playing in the Bundesliga. He speaks Japanese. How many other languages can these people speak? See what I mean? And the footballers. The footballers. Io parlo lingua italiano molto bene. You know, that's about it. That's about it. Little Italian. But then again, I grew up in an Italian household, so.
I know that my ancestors on my dad's side spoke Russian because where they come from was close to Russia.
Go away. You know, I love the Russian history, you know.
Yeah, very
much. Say that Russians, you've only got to look at the arts. From ballet to Tolstoy. That's unbelievable. To the composers.
There's a lot there. A lot there.
You can't call them subhuman. Yeah, okay. Morning after we won the league in 2020, Lady on Sky was having to report on it, and she said, "Oh, do we have to? Disgraceful anti-Liverpool agenda."
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Did you know that? I didn't know that.
Must
More
be a
than
Man
that,
United
he won the
fan.
league in 2020. Lady on Sky, having to report on it, and she said, "Oh, do we have to?" That's shocking, that. Frank, I have to say, you, my friend, are a gem as a historian, not only on Liverpool, the city of culture, but are also a true red without any doubt. The OAP from the Outer Limits. You never walk alone, says Arthur Scott. That's a cracker. The OAP from Outer Limits. Oh, brilliant. I love it. I love it. It's showing 13 likes on my phone, Frank says Redbirds. It's only showing 5 on here, but I can see. But anyway, thank you. Thank you, people out there. I love you all. I really do. And let's get your comments coming in and keep it levels. Just join us. Keep it level. What's happening, Frank?
Right, nice.
Isn't that brilliant? Isn't that brilliant? I've seen him today on Jamie. Was it Jamie's? Yeah. Was it today, Jamie, or yesterday? I don't know when it was, but Keep It Level was. I've seen him. Yeah. Keep it level. Keep it level. 14 likes is snowing on my iPad. Oh, they just. It's snow. I know he means showing. That's great, that. It's great. And Brendan Rodgers is asking if you want to go for a pint, Frank. Say no. I'd get killed, wouldn't I? It really would. Great idea, Frank, says JK. That's about the social issue. You know, just like it'll be politics, it'll be, even local politics and whatever, and what's going on in the world. It's about world leaders. It's about the WEF, the World Economic Forum. It's about WHO, the World Health Organization. It's about phony presidents, people. I don't know. Do you like my new glasses, by the way?
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, very smart.
Do you know what colour they are? Can you tell the colour? Red.
The red are they? Yeah. Oh yeah, I can see now. They look brown at first. The frames look brown at first.
Yeah. There you go. So what I'll do after the show, I'm going to give you my address, okay? Now look on your messenger.
On Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
Because I don't want you to miss. Another game. If you can. Anyway, JK says, great idea, Frank, to do a show about how have humans gone downhill. It's like, you might as well say that they're going downhill with the avalanche following. Because we're all swallowed under all the lies, misinformation, disinformation, and propaganda. Social issues, excellent idea, Frank. Please make it happen. Another great topic to do would be about conspiracy theories. Yes, that's what it's all about. Conspiracy theories. It's the conspiracy. It's as you said about the CIA, FBI, and everything. They all made up these conspiracy theories. So they're the conspirators to do these theories.
Yeah.
A bit low. I'm from Prague, like our kid.
Excellent.
Like our kids, yeah. A bit love's brother. Yeah, the Evans was at that's it. That's great, that, because he was Hungarian. Great actor, though, a bit long. And they always had him playing a baddie.
Yeah.
They always had him
in the Lazy Killers, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, he was in a cracking. I always get mixed up with the title, though, of this. North by Northwest.
Yeah.
With
Cary Grant's.
no, that's what I get mixed up with.
Oh,
It wasn't the Cary Grants. No, it was. God, bro, it was like it was during the Middle East. No, the Indian uprising. You know, the Raj,
ah,
Kevin
right, yeah.
Moore,
Okay.
Kevin Moore,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
has to get people out. He has to get this little kid out, the MA's son, out to safety. And Lauren Bacall was in it as well. She was the love interest. So, and it's on a train. It's a cracking film.
Yeah.
And Herbert Lom was in it. And he was in it. He was a bazzy.
Yeah.
He was a bazzy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A bazzy.
He-
He was a
He's got a
jailer.
good, yeah, he's got a good face to play a baddie like Lob. He has a good, you know, like,
But look at the transformation when he played, you know, the psychiatrist. You know, in the TV series.
oh, I haven't seen that. I've not
Have
seen
you
that.
ever seen that? Brilliant.
No. I
You
never
know
even
what?
heard of it before you mentioned it.
Go away.
No,
Brilliant.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, because he plays a psychiatrist, and all the guest stars, you know, going back then, they're all veterans of the screen. You know, great British actors. Know what I mean? Great. Yeah, so I have to keep it level. Vase of Flowers, what's up, bro?
Yeah, it's good, mate. Not bad, thanks.
Another example of a life, Frank, is lots of books and documentary about Leo being thick. Yes, he spoke Russian. Russian is not a language easily learned. You're absolutely right.
No, it's a very hard language. The Cyrillic alphabet is
Yeah,
baffling to look at.
yeah. It's horrible to look at. JK welcomes Mihle Gulas. I wonder if I've spelled it. They're pronounced, isn't it? That's lovely. Thank you, JK. Love it. Get your mic there. Get something done about your mic. Hang on. Did you mug Deirdre Barlow for them glasses?
Easily, Barlow.
Frank, think the film was called Flame of India, says Eddie Cotton. No, it wasn't. It was something northwest. I'll get it up. Not now, like, but we'll do it on the film review show. We'll do it on the film review show when we do that again. Did you enjoy doing that, by the way, Lee?
Yeah, very much, yeah. Enjoyed that a lot, yeah.
God blimey, you didn't seem very enthusiastic. Did you enjoy
Oh,
doing
no,
that?
it was. No, it was very much so.
No, it wasn't, Eddie. Honestly, it wasn't called the Flame of India. Northwest Frontier. No, was it Northwest Frontier? Yeah, something like that. It was like that, Northwest Frontier. I'm sure it was called that, about the Indians. Herbert Lom's brother. Frank, I know it's footy, but what was the Liverpool film title with Susan Hayward from yesterday? Ah, Herbert, I promise you. I'll have it. I will get it for you on the next show. I really will. I'll get it. She plays a doctor. No, she doesn't. What does she play? She's just come out of jail. Yeah, she plays. I think she plays a nurse, and she gets accused of murder by, you know, killing off. I forget now. I don't know whether she kills off her husband or a mother or something like that, he was dying anyway, in racks of pain. So she went, anyway, she was struck off. She went to jail for manslaughter. She came out and, obviously she was ostracized. But what a picture. She's a great actress, but she came to Liverpool to do it. And Peter Finch. Kathleen Addison was in it as well. The old stalwart Kathleen Addison.
Yeah.
She was in it, trying to speak, trying to put a northern accent on. But nevertheless, it was good anyway. It was good. All the stalwarts were in it. And Eddie says, maybe north by northwest, we'll find it. Northwest Frontier, just have a look, Eddie. Northwest Frontier. I'll have to finish as well, I'll have to finish. Northwest, it was Northwest Frontier. I'm sure it was. And Norman says, when is the next film review? 2 Mules for Sister Sarah that I watched today, Shirley MacLaine and Clint. Clint, me mate.
Yeah, great film, that one.
She's a great actress,
Yeah, I really like Shirley MacLaine. I always did, yeah. Found her a really good watch.
See, when you see the likes of Shirley MacLaine, she could play dramatic, drama. She could play comedy. She could play in between. That's how you know a good actor.
She was Warren Beatty's sister, wasn't she? His half sister.
Yeah, Noah's sister.
Oh, full sister.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were halves. Half
siblings. Well, they might have been, as you'll know, unless
I think that's what it was. They were half siblings. Yeah, but you can see a little resemblance, can't you? There is a slight resemblance, like.
Did you? If you look at the young Warren Beatty, right? He was the image of me, What are you laughing at? He was the image, spitting image. Because there's Warren Beatty there. No, it's me. It's me. It's Frank. Like I get taken now for
Alan Delon.
Alan Delon.
He was an impossibly beautiful man, wasn't he?
Oh, and do you know what? I only watched something the other week.
Makes Brad Pitt look ugly.
And do you know what he
makes someone like Brad Pitt look ugly, Alan Delon.
Yeah, and I get taken for Brad, as you know. So do you know what he says, Alan Delon? He's well into his 80s, and he said, "I don't look like me at all now." He said, and it's terrible.
Wow,
that's sad, that, isn't it?
It is, yeah. He was a great actor, like great films he was in.
Back to what was this? Beck Barlow was mentioned, soap operas worldwide. Try to tell you how to live your life. Drink plenty of alcohol. Argue with your partner, family, and believe what the news tells you. Job done. That's about a soap. And JK is so right. Absolutely. And I had to go for it. Northwest Frontier was a film in Canada. Yeah, it was, but Northwest Frontier. I'm sure of it. I'll get that and I'll mention it on the show. When's the best time to do the show, by the way? Frank, you're spot on. It's called Northwest Frontier with Kenneth Moore, Lauren Bacall, and Herbert Lom. Says Eddie Cotton. There you are. Northwest Frontier. Cracking film. Haven't you ever seen it?
Eventually.
Haven't you ever seen it?
I haven't, no, never heard of it.
Oh, it's a cracking one. Wilfred Hyde White's in it. Wilfred Hyde White's in it. And he plays, like he always plays, Wilfred Hyde White.
Always plays himself, does he?
Always plays himself, yeah. The Apartment with Jack Lemmon, classic with Shirley. Yeah, you're right there.
Brilliant film, that Herbie's brother. Well picked.
That's it. And Norman says Willie Ross played the drunk dad. Yeah, the drunk dad and Rita and Sue and Bob too. Fantastic. I was talking to I always forget his name.
George Costigan.
George Costigan. I had a bevy with him.
Yeah, nice one.
And I said about that fella, I said, was he really bevied? He said, no, he was just acting. And I asked about why wasn't there a follow-up? He said, because the writer and the director, that both died.
Yeah.
Incredible. The old English actor, Wilfred Hyde White, is in it. I just said that. Oh, he must have been writing that out as I was saying it. And Alan J555, Iron Alan and J55. Was it Northwest Passage? No. Spencer Tracy was in Northwest Passage. And do you know why Northwest Passage? Do you know what they are actually looking for? Do you know that you've heard of Northwest Passage? I'm not talking about the film, by the way, but you've heard historically about the Northwest Passage.
Yeah.
Do you know what it was about? I mean, what was it all about? Not
about Northwest Passage, yeah. The shortcut through to the rest of the world.
That's right. That's what it was. Could never find it, though. Mm-hmm. Just like the West Indies is called the West Indies because Columbus just wanted to try and find India the quickest way.
That's where he was headed, wasn't it?
Yeah, the quickest route.
Yeah.
Redbeard, you're not going to believe this, mate. I love a bit of Agatha Christie. I've got an English literature class and I'm starting the week after next.
This ain't Agatha Christie, but I'm assuming the author's name, E.C.R. Lorach. Lorach is Carol backwards, isn't it?
Yeah,
Lorach is Carol backwards.
Go ahead. Because I'll show you something.
That's from 1945, that one. So I like all them Agatha Christie and all the, all female crime writers, like some brilliant writers like got this one the other day, The Nothing Man, another female writer, Catherine Ryan Howard. It was £9 in the bookshop, like it was new. Didn't get it for pennies, like mostly get the books for. But good pick there, Redbird. Agatha Christie was brilliant. I think she's one of the most successful writers of all time, if not the most successful writer of all time, in terms of how much she's sold and how many of her books have been turned into films and that. Excellent. Oh yeah, you mentioned it the other day. Yeah, excellent.
But you know what? Hey,
what?
That she never ever wrote A Haunting in Venice.
Okay.
Because it was taken from a title. So they changed the title for some reason to do this film.
Yeah.
Because it's called Halloween Party. Halloween Party, because I'm doing it in my English Wednesday morning literature class, right? Mm-hmm. Because I asked my class, what book do you want to do? And they said, one of them came up and said, I've never ever heard of this one. Shall we do this? And it was a Halloween Party. And I said to Francine the other day, I said, Francine, order me a book called Halloween Party by Agatha Christie. And when it came, A Haunting in Venice. And I said, I phoned her up. I said, Francine, they sent the wrong book out. She said, no, Dad, look at the bottom. And it says here, at the bottom there, you'll be able to see. See in the red?
Yeah.
So they changed Halloween Party to A Haunting in Venice.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, definitely definitely. Oh, sorry, Norman, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
Norman on Norman, yeah.
fly
Yeah,
all over.
that's
That's
Fifty's
good
brilliant.
fun.
Like, I do love like all the old female writers, crime writers. Like, there's loads of them. There's a
So
ton
do
of
I.
them.
I love Sherlock Holmes. I've done a lot of Sherlock Holmes as well.
Hmm.
I really have. Great Sherlock, great whodunit. I love whodunit. Do you know what the very first thriller book was called?
No.
Shall I tell you? And um, it was written by Charles Dickens's mate, and it was called The Moonstone.
The
Called The
Moonstone.
Moonstone. Yeah.
Okay.
Very first thriller, the very first science fiction book written was what?
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, Prometheus Unbound, absolutely. Redbird says, Agatha Christie wrote more than just crime books. She certainly did. We finished one a few months ago, and it was called, I forget what it was called, I've got it here somewhere. And it was about a girl. It was brilliant. And she ended up in Iraq. She ended up in Iraq in the desert. Really good. It was like a thriller. It was like what'll happen, when she gets back and all this, back
Yeah.
to England, that is. Fascinating because she went to see her daughter who lived in Iraq with her husband who was on a government thing,
Yeah.
like a diplomat, something like that. She went to see her daughter, and it was good the way it was. It was intriguing.
Yeah.
When her husband, like this woman's husband, left her at whatever station in London, he's waving, and she waved to him, but he just turned his head and just walked away. And you're thinking, he's just saying, he's not even saying to her, to her, because there's something up.
Yeah.
As you're thinking all the time, that's how good she was. That's a good writer. As you're thinking, like, love it, like Arthur Conan Doyle. And this is what I just finished. And I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. Remember I mentioned that book the other day, A Confederacy of Dunces by John Kennedy Toole. I know Richard Osman's read it because he mentioned it on Pointless. There was a question like, and he managed to mention it, so he's read that. I'll give him points for that.
But then again, yeah, we'll give him points for that. But I like the pun, by the way. But see, that's the fourth one we've read because my class, they're all retired now, but they're ex-professional people,
Yeah.
and they loved it. The first two were good, but it became a bit boring. And his last one, not this one, his third one, mentioned Scousers.
Yeah.
So you can imagine
Unflatteringly.
what if and he mentioned them again in this. Not the same Scousers, but dealing in drugs and heroin. Why? Why did he mention them?
His
There was
brother
no
was
reason.
in that band, Suede. His brother was the bassist in Suede. I never liked them, like, but yeah.
Well done. It's my favourite. Who
Yeah.
done? Oh, who done it is my favourite. Yes,
Yeah.
of course it is. That bet. Norman, me too. Can't beat the feel good book in your hands. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm not against Kindles and audio books and
No,
all that.
no,
Each to their
no.
own, but I do prefer a book, like to feel the pages, turning the pages. There's something in that, isn't there? That,
But when you come
you
down to see me, I'll show you the book. which is worth a lot of money. And it's
Yeah.
a first edition.
Okay.
And do you know the way you get someone in to do the drawings and the things? Like Buzz did for Charles Dickens.
Yeah.
Do you know who this is by? And he's only ever done one book he's done. The illustrations.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who it is?
No.
Salvador Dali.
Salvador Dali, yeah. Flipping heck.
Yeah. It's a first edition, by the way, as well.
Yeah. Nice one.
Still no sign of Dickens, Channel 5, Frank saving it for Christmas. I think so, yeah, because coming up to Christmas, I'm talking about Dickens, because Dickens is the Christmassy thing. So I don't know. I don't know what's happening, to be honest. They said that it might be out October, possibly November. Now it's December. Don't know. Maybe they lost me. Maybe they lost the film. Anyway, in Germany, people are reading their books, put them on the streets or in front of their apartment complex so that others can read them, says JK.
Is the idea that the other people bring them back, or the other people keep them?
Yeah. The funniest thing, the most bizarre, surreal thing happened to me. You know that I go to Italy quite a lot.
Yeah.
And, I was with a partner then when I went away. And what had happened, Lee, went on the rooftop because the pool area was chock-a-block. It was in Sorrento because there's no beaches in Sorrento. So anyway, so we decided to go up. And there was only me and, the one I was with, up there on the big roof of the, the flat roof that is, loads of sunbeds and whatever, tables and on the roof. And there was only me in there. So I'm lying there and I brings a book and I hadn't read for 30 odd years. 30 odd years. And when I was living with my grandmother, and I was laughing my head off, and I was lying on the couch reading this. And my grandmother thought it was soft. She said, "What are you laughing at?" I was laughing. And do you know what it was? The Moon's a Balloon by David Niven. And this is what happened. This is genuine, this. I seen it. I was looking for some books, and I always went up to Mount Pleasant to this bookshop because students, when they left,
Yeah.
finished studying, sold the books onto them, and he sold them, whatever. And I went up and I seen The Moon's a Balloon, and I went, I'm going to get that. Bring it away with me because I was going away. I was ready to go away. I always went away in the August, and they's all finished by then. You see the students, studying. So anyway, got it. I'm not saying that they were studying that. I was just there. Anyway, I goes to, and I'm up on this roof and I'm reading it. So she said, "Shall we go down for something to eat?" Because it was around lunchtime. I said, "Yeah," because we're up there early in the morning. Not early, but. So we went down for lunch, right? So we went down for that and came back. Right behind us, there was just one other person behind us. Right behind us, where we were. I was lying on this bed, reading a book like that. So anyway, I walked over and I just looked at it and I was, so got my towel again, put it out. And I looked and what it was reading was the Moon's a Balloon. And I looked and I went like that, "Excuse me." I said, no, nothing, "Mi scusi, signora, mi scusi." I thought she was, Italian, didn't understand English or whoever. And she just went like that. Here's what she did. Reading a book, and she just went like that. Looked at me, I said, can I have my book back, please? And she just looked at me, and again, she just went, I put a book up, you know. So I went, excuse me, can I have my book back, please? So anyway, I ended up through this. I ended up like this, you know, kind of like a top it like that. And Julie went like that to me. She went, stop it. And I went, what? She went, she was reading the same book as me. Mine was under the towel. I grovelled for the 2 weeks I was there. I was grovelling to the woman.
Frank. No wonder, mate. Oh, that's terrible. You surprised me there by ending it like that it was under the towel.
Oh, it was terrible. It was, I've never felt so.
Yeah,
but at least, you know, the lady, but she was one of these little snobby ones. She was, you know, she was in good spirits afterwards. She wasn't at the moment, you know, for a few days.
Yeah.
Until, you know, I was saying to her, you know, I'm sorry about that the other time. Sorry, you know. And anyway, I sent her a glass of wine over one night, just in the bar, you know, the hotel. And I said, bring that lady over. She's drinking that wine. So anyway, she said, yeah, thank you so much. I said, it's not a peace offering. I said, you're a good sport. So I put it over like that. And then she became a little bit more friendlier towards us, you know. But she was a bit of a snobby thing.
Yeah.
That's the way. Ray, I've got to go, mate.
All right, mate.
Alan J.J. Alan. Northwest Frontier, 1959 movie on YouTube. Oh, go away. Oh, God, that's a cracking film. Yeah, Jay, Lee, it's on YouTube. Be able to get it. Right, Frank and Lee, do you know the first ever photograph taken ever I seen in a programme a while back? I think it was around the 1840s. And do you know what? It was around the 1840s, and it wasn't in America. I think it was here. I know that the very first photograph, believe it or not, was around, what I mean is, this is around 1850 odd, 1850 odd. And they were taking a photograph of, you know, like a valley or a dale, right? A dale, you know, the trees and, you know, from the top of the hill, whatever it is. And you know what came out? And it's the very first ever taken. And do you know what it was?
No,
what? A UAP, unidentified area phenomenon.
Okay, yeah.
A UFO.
Bloody hell.
Incredible. And that's in the archives of these UFOs, you know. The very first one ever taken. But I'm sure it was taken, the very first photograph in England.
So find out, ask Norman there what it is, the first picture then. What is?
He'll tell us. But you know, the very first moving film was taken in Hyde Park by a fellow by the name of Freeze Green. And he took it of a policeman.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing, he didn't paint it. And it was the Lumiere brothers who did, after him, after Freeze Green, movie film, if you know what I mean, you know, these things that move. Why do I do that? I don't know why I'm doing that. But it was moving anyway. And they painted it. So they're associated with the first ever films that moved, not Freeze Green. Not Freeze Green. And another thing as well, where people tend to say, oh yeah, when you talk about the radio, and they say, oh yeah, it was Marconi, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. It was Sir Oliver Lodge. Sir Oliver Lodge, here in Liverpool, did the very first radio broadcast. The very first. And what he did, he just said, I give up now, that's it. That's it, I've done it, that's it. And he sold on his things. Didn't patent it. And he sold on his things, everything, to Marconi. That's how he's got all the credit. There's loads of things like that. Loads.
Yeah. History's littered with stuff like that, isn't it? Where people never got the credit for their work.
Let's see what JK says. He says, I think it was a picture of a house with a roof. And he carries on by saying, in Burgundy, France, says Norman. And he goes,
Burgundy.
Wow. Okay, Norman.
Interesting.
And Joseph, I don't know what his name is. I don't know.
Nietzsche.
Isn't that great? I mean, great. Isn't this a brilliant, decent laugh?
Yeah, it's an excellent bit of info, that.
Absolutely. As Norman says, it wasn't David Bailey then. Arthur Schofield says, I had a picture for me of a family member, but it was on metal, not film, as normal when I was a youngster. That's true, because they had like metal plates, didn't they?
Yeah.
It looked like metal. Mad, it was mad. But they had, it's like the crystal. That was the radio, wasn't it? The crystal. When you turned the crystal set, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And you had to have the earphones on. I think it was great. And Norman says 1820 something it was. That's the first photograph. Thank you, ladies and gents. Lee, thank you.
Thanks, mate.
It's nearly 11:05. Sorry about this. I'm so sorry about it, people. I know that, but so much was said, and done, and we went off on a tangent as we normally do. And it's just for me to say, I'll see you all. I don't know. I really don't know when to do this film review. I just don't know. I just don't know. I will call
whenever you feel like it, whenever you feel like doing it, just let us know, like in advance.
See, it's all with these games, isn't it? Over the weekend. It's all with the games. I don't know. I really don't know when to do it. What day. We could do it. Liverpool are playing Saturday, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a 12:30 kickoff. I would have done it on Saturday morning again, at 10 o'clock. We can do it at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning if you want.
If you want to, we can, like, it's up to you. Do you want to do that, though, on Saturday morning with us playing at 12:30?
Well, that's it, we could only do it for an hour anyway.
Yeah.
Will you be able to get the match on?
Is it on Sky?
I don't know, 12:30. I don't know, because what I'll do, I'll send you my. You can sit here with me, you see, and do the show. Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. If we're not going to do it, that's no problem. But we will do it next week sometime. But you've got all the European games, haven't you? The game. So we'll have to find time when to do it.
Okay.
We could do it Monday morning, if you like. We could do it Tuesday morning, if you like. Can't do it Wednesday morning because I've got that English literature class to do.
Yeah, do it on the Monday or the Tuesday then. It'd be better than Saturday. Monday or Tuesday, whichever you want.
Jay Taylor, M&X, is M&M. You can't turn us off. I've just tuned in. Like and subscribe. TNT, the game is on Saturday. TNT, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's Amazon, isn't it?
No, BT. That's BT. What used to be BT.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it?
Yeah, the new name for BT Sport, TNT.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Taz. And as I have to say, till next time, lads. Good night and take care. He's gone to bed now. The OAP. He's gone to his time zone. The outer limits. Can't beat that. Anyway, Ray, thank you so much for tonight. We will get back to you about when we'll do it. Tonight, I don't know when to do it.
Monday or Tuesday would be better than the Saturday.
Okay, I'll do. All right then. Monday, 10 o'clock. Oh no, I'll tell you what. Give people time to wake up. 10:30.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, sounds, yeah.
So if you want to join us for a film review, absolutely 10:30.
I'll make sure I watch a load of films over the weekend. I've got a load recorded that I haven't watched, so I'll watch a few of them and report on what I've found.
Excellent. And also, on Monday night, I've got people will be getting fed up with seeing me boat race, though. Let me on the game. Because I've got the history show on Monday night, and I have some great history to be doing. But I also have Gerard Gilligan on, the astronomer, talking about deep space. And he's on for about 20 minutes, half an hour. But the rest is all history, some good history, by the way. Some stuff about this. The Victoria Cross. As I have there. People don't realise I'm on a Victoria Cross all these. But that's by the by. And I've only got to say a massive thank you to all, staying with us as well. These are all lovely people. I love you all. And, even Lee, I've lost my little thing, to tell it. Hang on, where am I? This is nuts. Oh, there I am, there I am. And JK, take care, bros. That's lovely. Thank you, JK. Try and sort your thing out, JK, please, because I love you on. I love you on, honestly. I love you on with me and Lee. Let's go. Get these 3 points Saturday. You never walk alone. Thank you so much, Lee. Thank you so much, and I'll send you my address. Okay.
All right, mate.
All right. Thank you so much, Lee. Bye now.
Okay, bye.
And that's it. It's just thank you, everyone. Thank you for staying the course with Lee and myself. And I'll see you all Monday morning, I think. So, yeah. Well, we've just sorted out. That's if you want to join That's if you want to join about film and TV review. Talk about films and everything else. And the Monday night is the history. Next Tuesday. Tuesday night is the next football show, football pod. And I'll see you all then, hopefully. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.